My name is Emily Benson of Emily Rose Marketing. I help virtual assistants book their next client in 30 to 90 days or book you fully out. I want to help you get there. I've done it myself, so I know you can do it as well. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. If you want to book your next client in 30 days, you can. You just have to start. You have to want it. First of all, that's the first thing. If you want to commit to this goal, you have to be serious about it. You have to want it. And if you do, we can work towards it. If you want extra help from me, I'll give you some pointers here. But I am also open in other ways to work with you to help you really take your virtual assistant business to the next level. So if you are ready to book your next or even your first client in 30 days, you got to be serious about it. You've got to really set that goal and really want it. Maybe before you start, really meditate on why and how, and kind of really commit to yourself that that's a goal that you want to commit. So the first thing, if you are new to virtual assisting, you need to decide what you are going to offer as a service. And that kind of yesterday's training, I talked about 10 things you could do to make money as a virtual assistant. So 10 different services you could offer, or kind of areas in which you could offer services. So if you need to, you can check that out. I also have this awesome free resource. I know it's backwards because of the mirroring, but it's 100 tasks you can do as a virtual assistant and book out your services. So that's a freebie you can have. So we went over 10 in the live video yesterday. If you want that workbook, just message me 100 tasks or 100 ways, and I will get you the link to that so that you can have that absolutely for free. So yeah, you have to decide what you want to do and what you're going to offer as a service before you can start finding a client. That makes it a lot easier if you can kind of be really clear about what you want to help people with, because people need a lot of help with a lot of things, and maybe some of those things are not skills that you have or that you really want to be offering. I talk about this, like there have been times where I just really wanted more clients. And so I just was like, well, whatever people need help with, I will help them with it. Like I can figure it out. And it's not always a good idea, because if it's not aligned with what you want to do and your skill set, it's not very fun, especially if it becomes more of a chore. I talk about this a lot. We want, your job to be fun. We want work to be a good thing for you. And that's part of why I love virtual assisting, is because I'm in charge of what I take on and what I offer to people and what I commit to with people. I am in charge of me and what I say yes to. I obviously work for people and answer to people. So I am still, collaborating, but I know up front what I'm committing to, what I'm offering. There's a contract, it is planned out, and I agree to that and I want it. And so same for you. You want to make sure that it's something you really want to do. And sometimes you don't know until you try it and then you decide, yep, that's not for me. But it's a lot easier to market yourself and to find a client if you know exactly what it is you're offering. So if you're offering social media management, or you're offering calendar management, or, data entry, instead of saying, I can do all of these things, people don't always know how to take that. So if you specifically want to hone in on a specific thing, it will be a lot easier to find a client than if you're just like, I will do all of these things, which sounds kind of counterintuitive, because you think there's so many more possibilities if I am willing to do so many things. But then again, it's a lot harder to market yourself when you're trying to find clients. If you say you do everything, then people, it's kind of like, oh, what's that quote? I'm not going to be able to think of it now. Oh, it's something like, if you do, oh, this is it. If everything is important, then nothing is important. So it's kind of like you have to decide what is most important to me to offer to people that they will pay me to do. Because if everything is an offering, then, you know, it's just a lot harder. Nothing becomes important. Okay, so that's number one. We want to decide what we're offering. It can be specific skills or to or to a specific type of person. Like maybe you want to do real estate, social media, or be a real estate assistant. So helping a realtor with any of the tasks they need help with virtually. So that could be either of those ways. Okay, number two is you've got to get the word out. You have to be letting people know about what you're offering. And you can do this in a variety of ways. Depending on what you're offering, you can obviously share it on social media. You can also share it with just people in real life. If you have friends or family who you feel like would maybe benefit from what you're offering, if you just even let them know, hey, this is a new thing that I'm offering as a service to people. I'm trying to become a virtual assistant. I do these specific services. Since you decided that from step number one, then you can let those people know, and maybe you're just an answer to what they need at that specific time. So you want to get the word out as much as possible. Social media, word of mouth, any of these different ways you can be reaching out to people. There's so many ways to find clients. I will do another training on that to dig a little bit deeper into it. But if nobody knows that you're offering new services, they're not going to be able to hire you as a virtual assistant. So you have to let people know. And then number three, if you've been a virtual assistant previously, you want to follow up with past leads. And even if you're new, as you are getting the word out and talking to different people, follow up with those people throughout the month that you're trying to secure your first client. So you just want to make sure they know that you're still there. You're still willing to help them. Sometimes life gets busy. People forget. I know I forget. Sometimes I read a text message and forget to respond, or I get an email and I think I'm going to do that later. And then a week goes by and I completely forgot that. So just, keep yourself. That comes with being visible to people and letting them know that you are there. You need to just follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. And then once you find someone who's interested, you got to close the deal. So continue to follow up, continue to check with them. If they say, hey, let's do this, you've got to get a contract written up. You've got to secure that client. So those are three things you can start to do if you want to secure your next client. Then once you've done those things, part of that, getting the word out and checking on people, there's going to be daily things you want to do. You might want to post on social media daily. If you have any sort of an email list, you want to be sending out an email daily. You want to be trying to find those ideal clients, whoever you're looking for to serve on social media, and trying to find ways to connect with them, or in real life as well. If there are people locally, maybe going into a business and talking to someone or calling them, just getting out there. So every day you're going to want to be doing these things. And that's when more of these opportunities come. I can't stress that enough. When you let the word out and are talking about what you're offering, it's just, if you want to win the lottery, you actually have to buy the lottery tickets to win it. Or if you want to win big in Vegas, you actually have to go to Vegas and gamble. Same thing with this. If you want to become a virtual assistant, you have to actually decide what you're going to offer, let people know you're offering it, and marketing yourself so that then the clients can come. It's really hard to get a client if you're not letting people know that you are searching for clients. If you just decide in your head, hey, I decide I want to be a virtual assistant. Emily's been talking about this. It's great, but I just hope I get a client in the next 30 days. And this is something I'm doing, but you don't actually get out there, talk to people, find people who are looking for you and letting them know what you have to offer. They're not going to come to you for help. So that's why you have to do that daily, those daily things, checking in with people, reaching out to people, finding the clients that you would like to serve and letting them know that you have something to offer. And just really, as you're doing that, make sure it's a genuine connection as well. It's not just about getting a client. You can connect with people in so many ways, and it can be for so many reasons. Maybe it's because they will become a client. Maybe there is some other thing that works out for you that you learn from them or that you connect with them, you collaborate on a different thing together. So just be genuine as you're reaching out to people, even though you really do want to secure a client. And hopefully that's part of what you really want to do, is to help someone, so that as you're connecting with people, you're being genuine. So again, those 3 things: we want to decide what services you'll offer. 2, get the word out. 3, follow up, and reach out to ideal clients. So thank you for hanging out with me. And if this sounds like something you really want to do, if you really want to book your next client in the next 30 to 90 days, I would love to chat with you. I offer a free call. We can get on, talk about your goals, what you have to offer, what I can do to help you. So if you would love to chat with me and go over how you're getting leads, how you're booking clients, what you've been doing, what you have to offer, just drop me in the comments, free call, and I will send you a link to get that scheduled. Thanks.